Now, this is the drama show, and so there will be drama. There'll be the Labours of Hercules. We've done one before this. There was another one, and I'll probably do two or three more today. But they'll all be done. All the Labours of Hercules will be done by the end of the summer. And also, by the end of the summer, I'm hoping to get some guests from the University of Exeter to talk about the problems there are with the redundancies that are being suggested. There's nothing in the Echo today, but you can find online the BBC are reporting it, and the THE are reporting it as well. So I put links to that in on the Twitter or you'll probably find it. I'm sure you'll find the whole story at some point. They're talking about really significant reductions, maybe up to 25% of the existing staff, mostly in humanities, social science, that sort of area. But it's coming up here through Donald Clark. He's a robust opinion former, Donald Clark. We subscribe to him and respond to his tweets because AI is very interesting, and he is pushing those ideas, the possibilities. In his book on productivity, which is available from Kogan Page, he sees media and education as, I can't remember which way around it goes, but they're either static or contested. It's the media world that's static. So creative industries aren't really adapting it, and in education it's contested in that the learners, the students, are trying it out, whereas the the staff and especially the institutions are resisting it. I think I've got that right. I'll check his book out again, but he gets a fairly hard time as well, it has to be said, from academics at conferences. Well, I sort of assume that because I see videos on YouTube of his talks at the one in Berlin on online education. I think it's online education. They keep changing the name of it, but there's a conference he goes to, and he says things like it's very odd. There's very few conferences I go to where the speakers spend so much time criticising the very assumption that the project should be undertaken in the first place. Something like that, he might say. So I think that there probably is a humanities base still objecting to AI on many levels, which is why he says something like, well, it might be. He doesn't need any excuse for saying what he's thinking. I'm just trying to give you a bit of background as to how I think these things come about. But what he says is the idea that a modest deflation at the end of a long period of ballooning growth in HE is the end of progress is a gross exaggeration, as is the ridiculous idea that all morality, values and prosperity comes from the humanities department of universities. Well, that's fighting talk there. Not very sympathetic, is it? But he's responding to this from Daniel Inman, D.D. Inman. Humanities are not a luxury for prosperous societies. They are among the conditions of their prosperity. History, literature, philosophy and theology cultivate judgment, memory and moral imagination. the habits upon which a free and civilised society depends. And there's a link there. I'm hoping I can get all of these links to work. Yes, Professor Francesca Stavrokopoulou. Sorry, I've made a mess of pronouncing that name, but the point is, I'm at risk of redundancy. My job, and those are my colleagues in my department and across our wider faculty of humanities, arts and social sciences, is one of those currently targeted for cuts. And then there's a link to the BBC article. And then the comments include where's it got? No, I've lost it. There are other ones, but what I'm thinking is that I'll try and keep the We Not Know, WENOTNO going, and also the World 789GB, which is myself, and no, I've lost it. There's a hashtag. I'll find that later on. But the other thing to say is that last summer there was a conference, a 2-day conference in Exeter about AI and how it could contribute to creative industry. And I would say about at least half, let's put it that to that extent, of the speakers were hesitant about AI. The downside was definitely explored, but I know there's a resource issue. The support hasn't been there in different ways to take it quite as far as they wanted to. But the potential is still there. The university has still got a very good base in understanding AI, and it's still got arts and culture and humanities base. So those discussions, I'm sure, are continuing, and we'll see how we get to that, and what else happens with the proposals. So I will find a bit more on X as it goes along.